Good afternoon, family and friends. Sergeant OCD here. And speaking of OCD, my shelter wasn't ready for fall, so I moved it around again, which puts my camera in a odd situation since, even though I'm trying to filter out the noise in software, I'll still hear those cars going by, and I do apologize for that. Today we're going to continue to I've been picking up cordage all afternoon. Continue to go through some knife sharpening. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with everything, but I did get some 3-in-1 oil, so no transmission fluid for me. I just want to go through some of the fundamentals with this. Now, I had this thing in a vise. My leg is not a vise, so I got a new file, which is a lot sharper. So you know what, I will never be able to sharpen these things razor sharp, like a lot of people do, because I simply don't have the patience. So I'll try my best to do this stuff, but you don't want to do this out in the field, that's for sure. So like I said, it'd be easy to have a vise, and just you want to level everything out, take off the burrs, and if you get froggy, I've been looking for a stropping belt, and I've been using my own, and I just didn't like the way it fit. I have here 400 and 1000 grit sandpaper, so we're going to save those a little later for when we go into axes. So I do want to get to this today. This is my shovel, similar to the one I used to carry in the military, but I got destroyed, so we're going to use that. We're going to open this thing up, and I've been trying to show that for a while, but same way with this axe is the same way, or that axe you would sharpen this one. Find your plane and basically just sharpen it up. I don't like going that way. For some reason, it just doesn't feel right to me. So anyway, I'll work on that later. Oh, drop my oil. The other thing I want to show you is these two throwing axes. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on my stone with the new 3-in-1 oil, and we'll see how sharp they really get. Let's see right now. I got this piece of cordage. It cuts it, so it's pretty sharp anyway. This other one, this is spare junk piece of crap Walmart cordage. That one didn't do it. That one might have. First one might have got it. Might cut my fingers soon. I've already stabbed myself with this thing once. So, it is sharp. It is sharp. So I try to get it real sharp, razor sharp. I just can't do it. I mean, I can't do it yet. I think it may have to do with a lot of patience. So I'm going to go back to the old way. Now these are pretty sharp. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the fine on it so I can get this cap off. Took me a heck of a time to get it on. Okay. There may be a difference between using used motor oil, which is what I normally use. I know that last week was the first time I used transmission fluid. So just like a knife, you want to find the plane that it was designed for, it was cut for. I call it the angle. I'm just going to give these a few swipes just to show you. It doesn't matter the size of the blade. You just got to work it. You know? Seems to be a lot sharper. Oh, slipped off. It's still cutting. But anyway, you get the gist of that. I do want to get to my one tool that I've been trying to get to for a while. It's noisy, so it's got to go in my pack. I actually did try to find a way to get it onto my OBE, and my OBE has an addition. I have a side pouch on there. I'll explain that a little bit later. But this thing is cool. So this goes in here. This goes in here. This goes all the way through. Put the saw blade in here. And this is what everybody should have in their camp. A bow saw. Now, trying to get something easy. Now you should be able to make a bigger one, you know, if you get a bigger blade. But you know, I was watching David Canterbury, and he said, "Oh, $20 at this hardware store." I'm like, that ain't around us. So, as you can see, it works. You know, I don't know if it's worth the weight in carrying, but this is not about a review. I'm going to go ahead and try to get these a little sharper. I'm going to try out these 400 and 1000 grit sandpaper, so I will be right back. And I got to clear this area so we can do a Dakota Fire Hole, because we're losing our foliage, right? So we got to go lower and lower. So I decided not to sharpen the axes right now. We're throwing axes. I mean, I don't really need them, but you guys got the gist of that. So here was my old fire pit. I'm going to utilize some of these flat racks for this, but the idea for a Dakota fire pit is to have the pit low. Like, the fire won't come out, well, don't let it come out, you know, more than like a foot above, because you want to be covert with this. So I'm going to dig right here, and I'm going to dig another hole right here. And maybe that's a little far away. I might have to go in some, but ideally we're going to have a tunnel in between here. Now, the wind is to my back now, so that part of my tent would be covered up, so I'm only facing north. That's wide open right now. I'll eventually close this off too. Alright, so the other day I was at a men's group for the Ironman. Pretty cool group. And we went outside to have lunch, and there's a fireplace, and it's like, hey, we could start a fire. I'm like, hey, cool. Do you mind if I do that? So I was able to start a fire with no lighter, and pretty good fire. So you know, it just goes to show you, if you practice, you can do pretty well. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. These are Christian men. They don't care one way if I can start a fire without a match or not. But that being said, they are Christian men, and that's all I hang around with. So anyway, quick little box fire. I'm gonna try. So a few changes. I changed out parasite rods with one in my hiking kit. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but it's just to because I wanted that one in there with the knife. This one I can hook to my belt so I don't lose it. So that's the idea behind this. There we go. Yeah, that's the ticket. So that's worth its weight in gold. That's why it's got a striker with it. So good find. Yeah, hopefully this stuff will go up. Yeah, you want to avoid leaves because, you know, they smoke. Alright, now we need to get these guys over this fire so they fall down in there. Yeah, my neighbor never has any contractors working. One neighbor to the left and one to the right. One's getting their chimney sucked out. The other one, I don't know what they're doing over there. But they're playing the music, it's just not as loud right now. Yeah, so basically, other than sharpening your tools, I mean, every day you're taking care of your tools. Hypothetically speaking, if you're out. And you're checking your traps, you're checking your gill line, you're checking your trout line, you're fishing on your own. I mean, every day is hunting for water, either hunting for it, boiling it. I mean, I just changed out one of the canisters in my hiking pack. I have, the recommended is 128. I have 129 ounces. So I'm going to be good there. So it looks like this is working. My flame may be a little high for that, or you wouldn't want to go any higher than this, that's for sure. And I might have to work on picking that out and digging it down more. But working well. Alright, as I'm getting smoked out of here, there is a split in the middle of my tarp where the smoke can get out. So I'm not getting totally bombarded, but it's pretty, there's a lot of smoke. So anyway, what do I do with them? I think they're both. So anyway, I took that stick, live stick, okay, got it to where it would bend in half, and I put some cordage on this because it did start breaking. Basically, I want it to be out like tongs. So the idea is to find a good coal. They're all being pushed down into the pit. which is fine. I mean, as long as I could find, ooh, warm. There's a flame right next to it. Okay, got to use these a little bit like chopsticks, I guess. Oh, not too tight. There we go. One cold block. I don't know if this is going to work, but hey, you know, it's worth a shot. I'm already trying to burn the side of it out. Oof, man, that's hot. I'm trying to get one for the side over here. Yep, that's hot. Here it's on this piece of bark. No, it's not. I wish I could just pick that sucker out, but I can't. Pick that out. Dang it. Did we get it in there? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's pretty tough. So I'm gonna, man, I don't know what's in there. I stuck a bunch of stuff in there. Anyway, Dakota Fire Hole. Did get the power torch. I mean, I'm gonna try. And a little bit of sharpening stones. It's weird. I'm on vacation and had a hard time finding a way to get this in. You know, honey-do lists happen. So anyway, I'm not that pleased with this Dakota Fire Hole yet, because it does seem to put out a lot of smoke, and maybe the key is to go lower, you know. But anyway, God bless you, family. I might do another video this week, I don't know, but you guys take care and make sure you train, learn to do this stuff before it really happens.